Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. We're here to sift through the noise, find those really compelling stories, and we'll understand what they tell us. Today, we're embarking on a journey into something that really resonated deeply across an entire industry, actually, and touched millions. It's about the profound and sadly pretty unexpected impact of a life well lived, even one cut tragically short. Okay, let's unpack this. So the sources we've been looking at, various articles, tributes, analyses, mainly from the South Indian media landscape. They all center around the recent passing of Robo Shankar. He was a huge name, synonymous with laughter, just boundless energy in Tamil cinema. And he left us at only 46. The shock, the sorrow, it was immediate. Across the film world, among his fans, just immense. So our mission today really is to try and understand not just what he did, the roles or the films, but why. Why did he connect so deeply? What was his unique contribution? And how does that legacy of joy live on?
It really is striking when you look at the sheer emotional wave after he passed. What's particularly fascinating here is this wasn't just news, right? It felt like a widespread, almost palpable sense of loss across different ages, different groups. That suggests something much deeper than just, typical fandom. So this deep dive, it isn't just about listing career highlights. It's more about trying to dissect that unique mix, the talent, the personality, the timing that lets an entertainer make such a lasting mark, that really defines their legacy, ultimately. It forces us to look at, well, what makes an artist truly beloved?
And that connection, it felt even sharper because it was all so sudden. The reports, the tributes we've reviewed, they detail a really heartbreaking sequence of events. Just a few days before he passed, Robo Shankar collapsed on set while filming.
Yeah.
Rushed to the hospital immediately. And despite everything, all the medical efforts, the hopes, one source put it quite movingly, fate had other plans. And he was only 46 years old. 46. I mean, such a vibrant, energetic person right in his prime.
Right at the top of his game.
Exactly. And that sentiment you see everywhere, that he left us far too soon, it just hits so hard when you think about the energy he brought just suddenly gone.
And that kind of abrupt departure, especially for someone so central to, well, a really demanding industry like entertainment,
Yeah.
it inevitably shines a brighter light on their contributions, doesn't it? When a life is cut short like that, so unexpectedly, it kind of forces us all to consolidate our memories, to really appreciate the moments of joy, the laughter, the insights they shared.
Yeah, it's like a collective pause.
Exactly, a reevaluation almost. Every performance, every interview, every little anecdote seems to gain this extra significance. And there's a real poignancy there. It's not just sadness. It's also this moment of recognition for the gifts they give us, gifts we maybe took for granted. We often forget the human side of that constant drive for entertainment.
Yep.
Moments like this bring it right back into focus.
And what incredible gifts they were. I mean, when you talk about Robo Shankar, the sources are just constant about his on-screen brilliance, specifically his mastery of laughter. He wasn't just like good at comedy. He was a true craftsman of joy. Accounts consistently describe his impeccable comic timing. That phrase comes up again and again. And his ability to light up the screen with his energy.
You really felt that.
You did. He wasn't just an actor doing comedy. He became a household name in Tamil cinema, a go-to for real engaging humor. And it wasn't just a flash in the pan. We're talking about key roles, unforgettable roles in huge blockbusters like Maari, like Viswasam.
Oh, yeah. Those were big.
Huge. And so many others. That's what really cemented his place, not just in the industry, but, in people's hearts. What was it about his style, do you think, that hit so broadly, beyond just the jokes?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, his comedy wasn't just surface level. That's what the sources keep pointing towards. They emphasize that his performances carried warmth, relatability, and joy. And importantly, that it connected with audiences of all ages, kids, grandparents, everyone.
Right.
That goes way beyond just delivering lines well or, good slapstick. Think about his characters. Often the loyal sidekick, maybe, or the slightly bumbling but basically good-hearted friend. The everyday guy dealing with small absurdities.
Yeah, I can picture that.
In Maari, for instance, his character Velu, the main guy's right-hand man, he balanced the hero's intensity perfectly with these moments of unexpected, often self-deprecating humor. He grounded it.
He was the levity.
Exactly, the anchor of levity. Or in Viswasam, his timing there, often it was subtle stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Facial expressions, body language. It brought this layer of accessibility to the character. Made his struggles feel kind of universal, his wins more endearing. This ability to tap into shared human stuff through humor, find the funny and the relatable. That's what elevated his work beyond just gags, I think.
So it wasn't just about making you laugh, it was about making you feel something, too.
Precisely. It tapped into this universal understanding of life's little trials and triumphs, made the laughter feel resonant, emotionally smart even. And that broader appeal, that ability to go beyond just one type of comedy or one audience, that's what marks out a truly special artist, something enduring.
That makes a lot of sense. And that deeper emotional connection, it makes you wonder about the person behind it all, right? Because the sources we looked at suggest his appeal wasn't only about his skill on screen. Off camera, Robo Shankar was apparently admired for his simplicity, his genuine humility, and that ever-smiling personality people mention all the time.
That comes through really strongly.
It does. Tributes from colleagues talk about how he treated everyone the same. Big star, new crew member, didn't matter. Treated them with respect. One article told a story about him always making time for fans, greeting them personally, even after a long, tough shoot. Just seemed genuinely grateful. Doesn't sound like an act, or some carefully managed image. The sources consistently paint him as someone who wasn't just an actor. He was a true entertainer who spread laughter wherever he went. That suggests a real consistency between the public figure and the private person, which is pretty rare, actually, especially in that world.
Yeah, it is. And this raises an important question, I think. Yeah. How much do those personal qualities really shape the public's view and, maybe more importantly, their lasting memory of an artist?
Right. Does the off-screen person enhance the on-screen work?
Exactly. When you read about Robo Shankar's simplicity, his humility, it makes you think that his genuine character probably amplified the warmth in his performances. It creates this kind of powerful feedback loop, maybe. Well, the audience senses authenticity.
Right.
And that trust deepens their connection to the character he's playing, his perceived goodness, his genuine nature.
Yeah.
It probably made his comedic moments, maybe his vulnerability, more endearing, and his triumphs more satisfying for the audience.
Ah, okay. So it's not just talent, it's also about perceived integrity.
I think so. It amplifies the impact, makes his humor feel less like a performance and more like I don't know, an extension of a kind, joyful person. In an industry where personas can feel, well, manufactured sometimes, his consistent down-to-earth vibe likely built this rare kind of bond with his audience. They felt like they knew him, maybe, not just the characters.
That makes sense.
And that genuine resonance, I think that's a cornerstone of his unique legacy.
So thinking about that legacy, what does it all mean for how he's remembered? Today, as the film world and all his fans continue to remember him, the sources are really clear. His impact is ongoing. His legacy, they keep saying, endures through the laughter and happiness he gifted us. It's not static. It feels like a living continuation of the joy he started.
A living legacy.
Yeah. And the message from everyone is just unequivocal. Robo Shankar, you will always be remembered with love and respect. That's powerful. It says so much about the enduring nature of joy, of connection that a true entertainer can create. How much we value people who bring light into our lives.
What's truly fascinating here is exactly that point. What does it mean for a legacy to live on through laughter and happiness? Not just through awards or box office numbers.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's about a sustained emotional impact, right? A communal one. On people's daily lives. Think about it. How does an entertainer's work, especially in comedy, keep echoing through time, offering comfort, maybe solace, genuine joy long after they're gone? It suggests that laughter is fundamental, a basic human need, maybe, a kind of emotional sustenance. And Shankar's humor, based on many analyses, it tapped into these sort of archetypal human experiences, the everyday guy, the funny friend. That makes it kind of timeless, less tied to specific references.
It resonates on a deeper level.
Exactly. When an artist provides that kind of fundamental human connection, their contribution outlasts their lifetime. It becomes this sort of perpetual source of well-being, of cherished memories. It's not just an artistic legacy. It's a deeply human one, a unique, profound kind of immortality, really. Allows him to keep being a source of comfort, of smiles.
Wow, and what an absolutely beautiful legacy that is to leave behind. To be remembered not just for incredible skill, but for the sheer, pure joy and happiness you brought into the world. It's definitely a profound loss for the industry, for his fans, no question. But what really shines through, brighter than the sadness, is that enduring joy Robo Shankar gave us all. It really makes you reflect on the unique power of performers who manage to touch our hearts, lift our spirits, both on screen with their art and off screen with who they genuinely seem to be. They kind of weave themselves into our collective memory, our emotional lives.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive, it does leave us with a really provocative thought, something for you to ponder. What is it about certain entertainers, especially those whose main gift is laughter, that lets them carve out such a deep, permanent, special place in the hearts of millions? What's that magic combination? Talent, authenticity, universal appeal. What is it that ensures they're remembered with love and respect for decades, maybe generations, after they're gone? Is it just the escapism that humor offers? Or is it something deeper about our fundamental need for connection, for shared joy? The kind that maybe only genuine warmth and relatability can really build. It's a question that gets right to the heart of human connection, the real art of entertainment.